In this video, we're going to be installing an aftermarket intercooler on this Audi A5 2-litre TFSI. My friend Jeff asked me if I'd be willing to give my hand installing it. I really wanted to just sit in the back garden and get shit-faced on a 12-pack of beer I had in the fridge, but since I'm just an awesome friend, I decided to put off my binge until the sun comes out again next year. As we can see here, the old intercooler is rather small compared to the new Airtec one that we will be installing. This install is almost a direct fit with just some slight trimming required, and this guide should serve as a general guide for most cars, especially Audis. This job can be done with the wheels left on the car, but I find it's actually much easier just to jack it off. This job can be done with the wheels on the car, but it's actually much easier just to lift the car up on a jack and axle stand and remove the wheels. Before we jack it up, I'm going to loosen off the wheel nuts slightly. Then I raised the car and placed my axle stands on the jacking points, and then removed the nuts with my impact wrench. Now the wheels should just slide off. Repeat the process on the other side. Next, we had to remove the under tray, which was just a case of removing the dozen or so screws underneath the car with a Phillips head, and the tray should just slide right off. Then we had to get to work on the bumper. We start by removing the two Torx head screws and the wheel arch liner. If my memory serves me correctly, these should be T25 heads. Regardless, for this job, you're going to need T15, T25 and T30 head Torx bits. With the two screws undone, the wheel arch liner should pull straight back. If you look behind the liner, you will see two 10mm bolts that need to be undone. You probably need an extension bar to make your life easier, otherwise this will be very cramped. Also, now is a good time to disconnect the front fog lights. You can see here where the bolts line up with the front bumper. With the bolts removed, we can now unclip this side of the bumper. Grab the edge and give it a tug towards you, and once it's loose, give the bumper a tug towards the front of the car. Repeat this process on the other side. Then we have 4 screws that need to be removed on top of the bumper. Once removed, the panels should just lift off. This will expose the final 2 screws we need to remove for the bumper to release from the car. Take note, we are removing the middle screw on each side. The other 2 do not need to be messed with during this process. Before the bumper can be removed, we just need to unclip the plug that is on the back of the grille. It's just a matter of pulling the tab towards you, and then the plug should just slide right apart. Giving the bumper some gentle tugs, it should eventually break loose. If you didn't unclip the fog lights before, you'll have to unclip them now. Now, we're going to remove the old intercooler and replace it with the new one. Start by removing the old hoses by undoing the 2 hose clips on each hose with a 7mm socket. Watch out, there could be some drops of oil in there. There should be 2 screws in the top of the old intercooler that have to be removed. With them gone, the old intercooler can now be slid out. The bottom can be a little bit tricky as seen in this aftershot. It has little feet that sit in this plastic groove, therefore it is necessary to gently hit the intercooler with a closed fist to release it from the groove. Once done, you should be able to wiggle it loose and remove it from the car. Now it's time to install the new one. Apologies here for not showing the new intercooler being roughly placed into the car. The video file got corrupted, but it is very much the reverse of removing the old one. What you find is when it's roughly in place is that the new intercooler doesn't quite fit right. We need the metal feet to sit inside the plastic groove. However, this is prevented by a piece of plastic near the top of the intercooler. It is necessary to trim this piece of plastic a little bit with a hacksaw or a Dremel. With enough cut away, the new intercooler will slide right into place. Then we're going to install the support bracket at the top to make sure everything is nice and secure. It is a case of 2 bolts going to the slam panel and 2 more going to the front of the intercooler. Everything is pre-cut to make it nice and easy. Finally, it's time to replace the old hoses with the new ones, making sure that the hoses are on nice and tight. Try to point the bolt or the hose clip facing downwards for easier access in case you have to get to it. Optionally, you can trim the plastic shields that were on the old intercooler to fit around the new ones. This isn't 100% necessary and you can leave them off if you want to. But with all that's done, the new intercooler is now fully fitted and it's just a case of putting the rest of the car back together. Refitting is pretty much the exact reverse of removal, just don't do as I did and forget to reconnect the fog lights. And that is how you fit a new intercooler to an Audi A5. If this video has been useful to you, please leave a comment below, like this video or consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching, see you soon, take care.